This is INCRadio, DZEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesianicristo.
Welcome to How You Doing, a health and wellness podcast from INCRadio New York Satellite Studio. Whether you're on the go or taking a minute to breathe, we've got real tips, good conversations, and weekly check-ins to help you live well without losing your city pace. Are you ready? Let's get to it.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone, wherever you are tuning in right now. And welcome again to our How You Doing? Brought to you by INCRadio New York Satellite Studio. I know our topic is a little bit different than what we will normally talk about, but just, we're here usually to talk about health and wellness in real practical ways that fit into everyday life. But for today's episode, we will continue on with our part 2 of our district activities of 2025. So, but with me here today, we have Brother Lance. How are you doing, Brother Lance?
I am doing very well. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to everyone watching throughout the whole world. And today it is well, it's not as snowy as yesterday, but it was snowing up here in the Rochester, or at least the whole northeastern area. We got a few inches of snow, but it's not tremendous. It wasn't a blizzard or it wasn't anything like a weird snowstorm for us, but it's just your typical winter day has come already with the white powder coming from the clouds.
Yeah, same thing here in the New England area. I think we got more snow than upstate New York or the upper states. In my area, I got about like 5 inches, and I think further south where my parents live, they got approximately 8 inches. And surprisingly, the snow is very powdery. So if you're into winter sports, today or tomorrow may be a good time to try your hand at skiing or snowboarding or even sledding down a hill. But remember to stay warm, and if you want, have some wrist guards and pads. So if you fall, you'll be, cushioned.
Yeah, bundle up. It was very cold yesterday because I think it was Wednesday. It was around 40 degrees up here, or like in the upper 30s at least. So it was warmer than usual in the winter time. Then suddenly the next day, right before Friday morning, it was still kind of warm. Then it gradually like just started decreasing in temperature, and you can feel the wind coming in.
Yes.
So yeah, enjoy the weather or the snow currently. I'm sure it won't last. I'm because I believe we're getting another warmer temperature tomorrow and Sunday. So the snow will melt fast for those who like snow and likes to play in the snow. It is now the time actually, because when I did plow the snow this morning, it was nice and fluffy still.
Yes. I didn't struggle with my shoveling of the snow today, so I was pleasantly surprised. But anyways, if you want to share your snow stories in the chat, you can also share, and then we can potentially read it throughout the show. But we have our question for the week for our YouTube live chat. And don't forget to put your name and local congregation so we can also acknowledge you. But our question for the week is, if you could relive one district event from the second half of 2025, so from July to December or to this current month, which one would you choose and why? So don't forget to answer our question and also put your name and your local congregation. So for our district activities, I know we just have 1 week left of 2025, but I just, keep your eyes and ears open for any local activities, especially for like year-end programs that may be happening in your local congregation, and go out with 2025 with a bang, I guess. So anyways, yeah.
Some explosions of fireworks.
Yeah, I can't believe we only
The
have
ball drop.
one week left, right? 1 week left almost. And it'll be
Right.
2026. This year flew by very quickly. And we were busy with a lot of activities, especially throughout the year. And we're gonna kind of rehash some activities that we had from July to now. Um, but yeah, so again, we are looking back on the incredible journey of our district that has taken from July to December 2025, from community events, inspiring achievements to memorable celebrations and standout moments. So, for today's episode, it's all about revisiting the stories that brought us together and shaped our year so far. So, sit back, relax, and join us as we reminisce, reflect, and relive the energy, growth, and unforgettable memories from the second half of 2025. So, let's dive in. And again, don't forget to also share your most memorable moments of 2025. So, Brother Lance, from July to now, what activity or event stands out to you the most and why?
Of course, there's only one event that was humongous this year, and I think that was the North American Choir Special Gathering.
Yes.
It was it 2 day or 1 day? I don't remember exactly.
I think
But
it's one way for the choir members, and I know like organists, choir directors, and assistant choir directors had a workshop the day before, and we it actually too because we also had practice beforehand the day before. Um,
yeah, so it was like a 3 day event for some of the organists who are had more roles than the regular choir. But it was a fun event because I think that was the first time in a while that everyone flew on a plane or traveled by land all together. Because it was nice being able to travel throughout the United States, and like you would see better here and there in the airport. Like, oh, what are you doing here?
Yeah, it was like a mini family or a big family reunion with all the choir members that we met throughout our lives. Essentially, there were choir members I remember when I was back in Boston, but now they're in like California, or you met brethren when you were in like other national like the Unity Games a couple of years ago. If you're in like 50 Years of the West, or if and I forgot what year, 2018, we did oratorio. Like and all that stuff. And then you always say, wait, where do I remember you from? And then you're like, oh, yeah. So it's a good to, also meet brethren. And, for me, it was nice to like perform with my family. I have cousins in California, and it's like when will be a time that we'll be able to perform all together, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And not only was the traveling fun, it was also like going to like food or restaurants, and it would be
Mm,
like a whole party of brethren just eating out. So it was like a reunion no matter where you go in that part of Texas at that weekend. 'Cause
yeah.
even if you go to like a local burger joint, you go to like a barbecue joint, you go to the like even the grocery has some
Mm-hmm.
other brethren who is just like wandering around trying to find food. Or even the hotels, like it was just nice because I don't think we had that's such a big activity in a while that like pretty much multiple districts combined together.
Yeah, like I know when we went around the city, they're like, "Is this normal? Like, how long?" They were like asking how long we're gonna be here for, because they had to prepare their meal. Like for restaurants, they had to prepare like, "Oh, should we order more like certain items because we ran out of it?" But we're like, "No, most of us are leaving like on these days." So there, it was kind of like it was kind of interesting to like hear what the locals were saying about or asking us questions, about why we were here and what how long we'll be here for.
Yeah, exactly. What about you, Sister Abby? What was your most memorable moment from July to December?
Um, I'm looking at the our cheat sheet list, and I guess I feel like it was to pick one of our lists. Is the More Than Pink Walk that happened in Boston. Again, that's when all the district throughout New York, or all the locals in the district of New York, went to Boston, and we participated in a walk that is for breast cancer awareness. And you hear the stories and the family members who are affected by by this disease, and you know and how young some people are, and how and their stories that they relate. And it's good to be part of a movement like that to, support those who, and to support the family and the person who's going through breast cancer, and also to, like, be able to help in the treatment options, the research that is needed to find treatment options for those who are suffering with breast cancer. And it was good to also see again brethren throughout the district. This happened in October, so I think it was, the week after, I believe.
Yeah, I think it
Like
was
October
like
was
back
very
to back.
busy.
I think we had like multiple activities in like that consecutive weekend. Because I remember there was one time traveling somewhere, then I had to go to Texas. Then the next weekend there was another activity happening.
Hmm. And I think it's the same weekend also that we had the International Film Festival in Manhattan, and I think we uh,
I
won
believe it's
some
a
awards.
yes. I believe they took home multiple awards, which is kind of nice.
Yeah,
Being able to enter these kinds of film festival because I think it's a wide variety of film, and being able to enter one of the production made by the church is also very nice to see.
yeah.
Trying to think if there's any other activities that we forgot. For our listeners and live viewers, please, if you haven't, is there any in the YouTube live chat of those
Uh,
horrible moments?
I'm trying to see. I know we also had the first ever district golf invitational. I don't play golf, but it was nice to like highlight a sport that, is we never really see, in unity games and stuff like that. So I know we always think about volleyball, basketball. There's always badminton, track and field events, and what, one time there was like tennis, and then there's golf, and for the international or national unity games there was also swimming, and other kind of track and field events. So it's good to see brethren who are also interested in these other activities or these other sports. I know. I feel like there's a strategy. I know there's a strategy to golf, but like I don't know much. You think about like hitting a ball, the golf ball. I always think about like mini golf, but I mean
Is it?
that's not golf.
I
Golf.
think if I'm not mistaken, I'm not a avid golfer either, or I actually never played golf. So I think the less points, is that what it is? The more negative you are, the better, or something like that. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I know.
The scoring is very weird. So for avid golfers, let us know how golf is properly played. From my head, I just see a lot of people walking from one area to another, and then picking up the ball from the other side. But it is a good sport to learn too. I haven't been able to get into it yet. I know there is like some there's a golf place that's opening here where you just hit the golf basically. I don't know. You take a drive. Is that what it's called?
I think so. I know there's like different types of clubs. Is that what the golfing term? I don't like you'll see if you look at it, like there's one that's like more chunky, and then there's a thinner one, and I
Yeah,
know like different, I guess, clubs are used for different parts of the game. Like I
yeah,
don't know.
but I believe it's very fun. If I ever learn it, there's a lot of physics involved into it because I know you have to calculate the wind, and you have to also calculate the angle that you hit it. It's a bunch of math in between their heads also while they're playing it. So I guess it's a good way to train your head
Yeah,
while
and
you're
I know
at it.
you want to get the least amount of strokes, right? Like that's the object. The least amount of times you hit the ball is typically the winner.
But yeah, let us know. Hopefully for next year, there's more kinds of activities like that. Because I would like to learn golf. I feel like it's one of those sports that eventually once you're kind of near retirement age, or like you're getting in your 40s.
That's
You
not near
start
retirement
learning.
age, Brother Lance.
Your 40s to like 60s is when you kind of start getting in that kind of sports. I'm sure there's people who's young who's into golfing, but that's usually
Yeah,
the
I know.
demographic.
Yeah, it's more, I guess, leisurely because I don't know, it's not as like high impact, compared to like, running or tennis, because it's easier on the joints, I guess, and you can use golf carts if you don't want to walk. But yeah, anyways, what which district activity, Brother Lance, had the biggest impact on you personally?
I think all of them majority had an impact, but I would still say the choir district gathering or the choir gathering had the most impact in terms of being the largest this year, and also being able to be singing along with all these choir members in one area, because it's different when you're in your local congregation, but with like 1,000 or so more than choir members singing all together, it's a whole different kinds of voices that you hear. So it's very interesting to see. But I'm sure there are other disc events that are also impactful that I just don't remember, since this year flew by quickly, and we went from starting the year to ending the year immediately. It feels like it was such short amount of time, but there was a lot of progress also made throughout this year.
Yeah, I mean, in addition to, I agree with you, Brother Lance, in regards to the choir special gathering. And also, I feel like also the musical EVM or musical evangelical mission in August, to see the talent that we have in the district, when they perform the songs, the Christian music songs. And also you see the guests who were invited, and whatnot. So it was good to see the youth, the younger generation, performing now compared to when we were the ones doing it. And I was just like, oh, they grew up so much, and they worked really hard, and they practiced really hard, and they're able to put on a very great show, with all their performances. So I think, just seeing the growth of the church and the growth of the youth, in our district, is inspiring to see that, they also have the same passion and the same, heart when they perform these songs. So,
But
yeah,
yeah,
I'm trying
it's
to find some
comments and
comments
greetings.
and greetings. I think Sister Marisol says, a lot has happened, activities, but she can't remember she's having senior moments. I'm the same way, like it just like everything was memorable, and you lived in the moment, but there's on to the next activity or the next thing. So, but yeah, we also have, I think, Brother Ricardo. Greetings to my family, my wife, Sister Alice, my son Rick Raven, and my daughter Alyssa Rick. We also have Sister Liberty. Greetings to Sister Annika and Brother Marco of Forest Hills. Let's see. I believe Brother Mark Bernal was also was the winner for the golf invitational, and he said that it was definitely very fun. And uh, also, someone commented, I'm sorry, Arlen, that's your username. The More Than Pink Walk, I believe. That was one of their memorable district activities. Let's see. I think Brother Michael says, "Snowy morning, brethren. Greetings from Wyndham and Cranston." And I think Brother Russell, advance Happy New Year, hashtag Bronx. Um, any, yeah, okay. Um, and I guess we can go on to our kind of last question. Um, if you could describe the second half of 2025 in one word, what would it be?
Ooh, so hard one. I thought I'm thinking about it. Warm.
Warm.
It is very warm, not only in the temperature, because I feel like winter didn't kick in immediately for us, also, but it's also a warm feeling throughout the second half, since not only we were able to join other brethren, but also being able to see people from all over the district in that one district event that we did mention, or the North American event. But yeah, is I think it Warren would be describing the second half, since it's also the summertime when that occur when
Um, I don't know. I on my end, Brotherlands, I felt I didn't hear you for some reason. But but yeah, I guess for the second half for me, I guess fulfilled, like, or it's hard to put it into a word, because we did a lot, we worked hard, and praises to Almighty God that He was with us to have so many successful activities throughout the second half of the year. And Brother Phil in the chat said we also had pickleball. I honestly don't remember pickleball. Do you remember pickleball? I mean, it might have been a local activity, I
yeah, I
feel.
think because we were planning to have, I think, district event, but I don't think it happened. But
Yeah.
there was a bunch of local activities where they were trying to compete with one another. Because I remember it being mentioned in our meetings. So there was definitely pickleball. For those who pick pickleball, so
We
it's a
did
good
have a
sport to
topic
learn.
about pickleball. I remember
Yeah,
that topic.
yeah, yeah. I believe there was a local level to find who would play in the district level pickleball games. So I think in the next year there will be probably a pickleball Unity games happening. So look out for that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there were so many local and district and I guess national activities throughout the year. So, and I know 2026 it'll be another year filled of activities. Um, I think I feel like there's going to be a lot of milestone anniversaries coming up next year. So I think each local that will be celebrating certain milestones will also be busy in trying to coordinate and plan for those activities. But yeah, like we have so much to look forward to for the next 2026.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe the local congregation of Rochester is celebrating their 25th anniversary next year,
Oh,
so that's something to look out to. We'll send the invitation once that goes into approval.
yeah, I think
But yeah, that's something to
like
look forward to too.
yeah, in the chat, I think Wyndham is also possibly celebrating their 25th. I think I was reading. I don't know if it's this year or next year. I think Bristol is also the 20th next year. Bronx, I think, is also celebrating a milestone anniversary. And I have a feeling that we have the 50th for the District of New York at some point because we celebrated the 45th like a couple years ago, and I feel like it's recent, but it might be creeping up again. So,
Yeah,
but yeah,
so
so we have a lot to celebrate, a lot to be thankful for in for the next coming years. And this past year, I think all these activities strengthen our faith. We were able to share our faith as well. So all the more, we can continue to do that next year.
yeah, so look forward to what's happening next year. I'm sure, as mentioned by Sister Abby, there's going to be a lot more activities. And also from my INC radio show, there's going to be more topics about health. So if you like to talk about certain topics or like to discuss with us certain topics that you are specializing in, especially in health related things, as we look forward to New Year, because I'm sure everyone's New Year's resolution once again will be to get back into the gym or get healthy once again. Oh, I don't know how
Yes.
long that's gonna take, but I'm sure the gym will be back on the first week of January as usual.
Hmm.
It's just a matter of time when everyone will stick to their new goals, new plans in life for this coming year. But I'm hoping that everyone continue to stay healthy for the next year. so that we can continue to maintain our health and hopefully I lose some weight also next year.
Yes, 2026. We have a bunch of new topics, especially relating to health and wellness. And January is always a time to start small, like what we've been talking about throughout our how you doing topics. Like it doesn't have to be big. You don't have to go um, running marathons in the first month. Try like 10 minutes a day, then slowly build up to 15 minutes, and then do 5 pounds, then 10 pounds. Like it's these little improvements that we would add to our daily lives will make the long term not as daunting. So you can also revisit all those episodes. They are on a playlist because I was looking at it, and they're all still there. So yeah, join us again for the next coming years. And we can read some comments before we close out the show. We have Happy New Year from Cranston and Wyndham. Sister Kayla Thompson says choir special gathering was a major highlight. Had withdrawals for a while after we came back to New York. Same. And then there are other activities. So I think Sister Juliet says Niagara Falls trip was fun too for 2025. That was in the first half of the year, and yeah. Any last remarks for our last show of the year, Brother Lance?
Nothing else, but we just like to wish everyone a very happy New Year since we won't get to see everyone else once again till next Saturday, which we're already in 2026. So if we don't get to see everyone, we would like to wish everyone a happy New Year and please be safe. Even especially in the Philippines, I know um, it's easy to get fireworks, but please be cautious on using the fireworks also for the Happy New Year. Uh, I'm sure we can get fireworks up here too, but it's very cold, so I don't think it'll blow up.
Yes. Advance Happy New Year to all those who are tuning in to INC Radio New York. We again thank you for being with us throughout this year, and we hope that we can see you all next year in 2026. And that's all for today's show. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to the church administration for giving us a platform like this to share and speak about important and interesting topics like these. Greetings to our beloved Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo V. Manalo, and our current Deputy Executive Minister, Brother Angelo Aranio Manalo, and also greetings to our INC Radio Station Manager, Brother Wally Tarai, and our Executive Producer, Kuya Manley Andaya. We would also like to greet our District Minister, Brother Sheridan Santos, our Assistant District Minister, Brother Neil Patrick Omelda, and our CFO Advisor, Brother Jason Flores. And that wraps up for 2025. Thank you again so much for joining us for an entire year. Please watch out for season 2 of How You Doing starting in January. So continue to walk or run towards our healthier selves. So come back next week, next Saturday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time, or Sunday at 11:30 p.m. Philippine Time, right here on How You Doing. All right. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year, everyone. Enjoy the weather.
Enjoy the snow. Stay safe. Stay warm.